I'm sorry, I will speak frankly. I'm a little bit fed up of the people who make a vlog about scam.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys. It happens everywhere in the world. Even in Paris, Japanese people are scammed. This vlog about negotiation. I got this taxi for this. I'm a real traveler because I saved 100 rupees. Yeah, but guys, you don't know anything about the taxi driver life who has been to earthquake, who has been to COVID, who probably has a family to feed. You are saving 100 rupees? Wow, badaicha, guys. You have nothing else to speak about? I'm sorry, but for me, the Western world is the same everywhere. Paris, New York, Berlin, for me, they are the same cities, with the same people, with the same dress, with the same mentality, with people who don't believe anymore, you know? Same everything. And in Nepal, in 50 kilometers, you can change, really, you change planet. You are with Taru people and suddenly you are with Gurung people in the Himalaya. It's not the same atmosphere. So for me, this is the big richness of Nepal. That's why we should travel in Nepal.
If somebody had to go on a date, what places would you recommend?
Today's episode, we have a YouTube travel vlogger famously known as the Nepali Tanguy Dai, a French guy living in Nepal who wishes to discover the country, the inhabitants, and show the diversity of cultures and traditions through his videos. Welcome to the SJK podcast.
So this episode is sponsored by Sandwich Hub. Sandwich Hub is a cozy place at Jamsikel where you guys can have your fresh sandwiches and one of the juiciest burger in town. Sandwich Hub has started catering towards small and medium scale events such as schools/college programs, shareholder meetups, gathering, etc. If you are interested, do contact them in the following number. Also, don't forget to treat yourself with some fresh sandwiches and delicious burgers at Sandwich Hub. Thank you so much for coming to my podcast. Welcome. In our culture, or in our words, we say Zozolopa.
Oh, Jojo Lapa. Newari Basa.
Newari Basa, yeah. So I want to start this podcast by asking you, where did your journey in Nepal start? So when did you actually come to Nepal and start exploring Nepal?
Okay, so it was like 9 years ago, 2014. Nobel Sagadi, Pilot Chuti. The first reason was to make some social work. My mom was already running a children's home in Nepal.
Oh.
So she was there for a few years, but I had not the time to come yet because I was working as a journalist, reporter, directing some documentaries. So I was traveling around the world. It was a pretty cool job. And finally, the chance came to come in Nepal, 2014, and to participate to help for the children's home of my mom, to discover what she was doing. And yeah, it was pretty much love at first sight.
So were you also there for the when the earthquake happened?
Yeah, I was there also. Yeah, because 2014 first time, and when I left, I was only thinking of coming back. You see, I was back in Paris for my work, and my only obsession was to come back in Nepal. And I came, did some trekking, and then the earthquake happened.
So you were here.
Yeah, I was there.
So how was your experience about the earthquake? Because it was so traumatic for us.
Yeah,
for us.
It's pretty strange to say that, but I think it's one of the, I cannot say best, but one of the, maybe the most important moment of my life, because probably the one that decided I wanted to live in Nepal. You know, when you share some difficult moment with people and you try to help each other, even if you're from abroad, you're foreigner, something is happening between you and the people, the local people. And I felt like I was part of Nepal, definitely. You know, the link was more strong. It was not, it was not holidays anymore or just passing by. I felt like slowly a part of me was starting to belong here. So that was, it was difficult time, but it was very important time also for me.
So you mentioned your, I think, documentary journey. Most people might see you as food, like a vlogger on YouTube, but I see you as like a really good filmmaker.
Thank you.
Because the story you tell and then how you put all the aspects in one video, I think it's truly good. And if you could share a bit on the filmmaking side of your vlogs as well, that would be really good.
So, but my first formation was editing. So I studied in a audiovisual school in Paris. So I was really into editing. That was my stuff. And slowly I went to the camera, and I had the chance to be director for some documentaries. So like this, I had pretty much all the process, you know, from the writing, thinking the story, shooting, editing. So I guess that's why in my vlog, maybe you will feel that. Even I don't know if we can call that really vlog. I'm a little bit in the middle between the vlog, because you are on the YouTube platform, so you have to respect some codes of YouTube. So the first one was very difficult, is to speak alone in front of your camera. Yeah, the beginning was a little bit awkward and very difficult for me. I was more generally used to shoot the people, not shoot at myself. So that was one code I had to learn. But for the rest, I think I try to put some documentary codes in my videos.
So in 2014, when you first came to Nepal, so were you like at that time, did you already decide that you were going to stay here, or was it after 2015-16?
Yeah, 2015, I knew Bukambak Bella. At the earthquake, I knew something strong was happening. So I wanted to spend more time. And I think at that moment I knew I wanted to find a way to stay. You see, like for foreigners, you have only 5 months, 150 days, I think, to stay in Nepal. So I had to find a way. Like, how can I stay more? So I decided pretty fast, which was not an easy decision. For me it was, but if you think out of the box, you will be like, I had a good life in Paris, good job, good salary, and I decided to leave, you know, from one day to another. Like, okay, I'm not interested anymore. I want to be in Nepal. Oh. So when all Nepalese people wants to go abroad, I wanted to stay here. So for some people, either Nepali or foreigners, they were, it's a big choice. But for me, it was not. It was just making sense, you know, for me. I had to be here. It was like, otherwise, it was in Paris, I was getting a little bit bored. The more I was coming to Nepal, there was all these colors, these flavors, this mess also. I mean, Kathmandu is a bit messy, and I was coming back to Paris and everything was gray and stable and logical. And I was like, where is the incense? It's to cross the road, there is just a green light, and cross the road in Kathmandu is already an adventure, right? So I was missing the adventure. That was, so it was just making sense for me. I realized, like, I think it was my destiny to be here.
So while I was studying in my 12th, I think I also I studied Spanish a bit. So in that course, I also studied some European, let's say European culture a bit. And what were your culture shocks when you came to Nepal? What were your first culture shocks?
That there is a culture alive. I mean, you say you study about European culture. I guess in the past. In the past. And for one time, you know, I was in the present time with a strong culture alive. And I loved it. I'm sorry, but for me, the Western world is the same everywhere. Paris, New York, Berlin, for me, they are the same cities with the same people, with the same dress, with the same mentality, with people who don't believe anymore, you know? There is not this belongings, you know, this strong belonging. You started by saying Jojo Lapa, it's your own language, right? I love this, like the fact that people still believe, still act. You know, my place is Bouda. It's a strong place for that, you see. People are really involved at the stupa. Like, so it's alive. It's a live culture. So the first shock was like, okay, It's not only in the books or in the old movies. It's now, and I'm living it right now. And this, I loved it. I was craving for that for a long time. I was feeling our society in Western is a museum. Like we are always speaking about the past. We had a great culture. We had great kings. That's true. Today, it's flat. It's empty. The church are empty and stuff like that, you see. So people don't believe so much. Our festivals are no more most of the time. So yeah, the first shock was this. Nepal is great for that. Great. I went to the Biskat Zatra. It's really alive, huh?
Yeah. Zatras are really alive.
Newar is dangerous.
yeah. Especially in Bhaktapur Patan as well.
It was in Timi.
Timi.
Wow. Then you feel alive.
So from what I've studied is like you guys have a bit like when it comes to lunch time as well, your day starts a bit late. From that's what I learned in the books.
Okay.
And then another thing is what I learned is you guys have a long lunch break typically. That's also what I learned. And then small things. I think cheese is very famous in France as well. And those were the things that I could learn. Especially I studied Spanish, so it was more about Spain and those countries. But there were two subjects. So there was French as well as Spanish. So people were. It's like we idealize or we kind of dream about going to other part of the countries. And then now that you said that we don't value our own culture, that made sense more to me, because I think there are a lot of rich things in Nepal as well. And it's pretty interesting how different people value different things, and like even staying in Nepal, we can learn so much things of Nepalese people.
Obviously, I mean, I understand the envy to go abroad. What can I say? I came abroad. I had the chance to travel a lot. Nepali people, they don't have this chance to get out easily of the country. So for that, there are many reasons. But it's, I understand why you idealize the Western part. I understand. I don't eat cheese, by the way. Sorry. But we have the culture of gastronomy, we can say. And what did you say? Yeah, Spanish. You study Spanish. Spanish, they are pretty late. Late in the morning, late in the lunch, late in the night. French people, we are a little bit in middle. Nepali people, you are very early. Huh? You wake up very early. And there are some differences like this. And to answer what you say, it's pretty much I think what I try to show in the video is that Nepal is super rich. It's a small country, but so many cultures, so many places to visit. And maybe I was not thinking like this, but maybe I just try to remind people, this country is beautiful, guys. So we should take care of it and explore it, respect it, and measure the value of it.
So how was like the language barrier when you first came into Nepal?
Very difficult at the beginning. I stayed with Namaste and Dhanyavad for a few years. People, you speak good English in Nepal, so, and then you take the habit of speaking English with people. And then one day I thought like, okay, no. Nepali bolnu parcha अहिले नेपालमा बस्छु नेपाली सिक्नु पर्छ. And then I made the effort. I tried to slowly started ask question. यो नेपालीमा के भन्छ त्यो धेरै प्रश्न गरेको थिए गरे. And बिस्तारै आउँछ.
So was this all out of curiosity, or did you like learn Nepali as well?
No, it was for respect. Like I live here, so I cannot pretend to love Nepal and continue to speak in English all the time. So you have at least to try a little bit. It was in my mind. It was one day I woke up like, no, I have to pass this step. I'm involved in the country now. So even now, devaragini sikshu, म पढ्छु लेख्ने को लागि अलिकति गाह्रो छ आउँछ बिस्तारै आउँछ ग ख ब त्यस्तै I'm learning.
So are you formally learning it, or is like
Sorry?
your friends, are Nepalese friends helping you to study?
Of course.
Or is it a formal education? Like, or are you taking classes for it?
No class. I learned in the street. I learned as a music. Sangeet Jeste. Honestly, it was like, okay, this. That's why now I try to learn how to write it, because you can pass even more one step. But I never took classes. I just learned by speaking with people. That's my way. In the street, at the gym, in Pasalma, like just like this. Just went with the flow. The day I decided I wanted to learn, I was 100% focused. Okay, now, even if the guy is answering me in English, I will continue to try to speak in Nepali. And then slowly it came.
So I think you also have this hunger to travel. Where do you think that started, or where do you think you were like, I'm going to travel rather than...
Since I'm young?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sanudiki.
Oh, Sanudiki.
Sanudiki. You know this, Tintin? This comic.
Yeah, Tintin. Oh, yeah, okay.
So I was reading this when I was really young. The guy is traveling everywhere. And I was like, wow, it's fantastic. Even he passed by Kathmandu when he goes to Tibet, you see. So, and one time he's in South America, one time he's there. So from very small, I knew I was going to travel. I was sure. That's why I did documentaries. I travel everywhere, South America, North America, Africa. But when I arrived in Nepal, something was different. Probably that's why I stayed. It's a big thing, Nepal, very big thing. Even for me, after traveling, like Argentina, Brazil, US, Africa, when I arrived in Nepal, especially, you see, in Bauda, I felt really, wow, big shock, okay, this is big thing here. So from beginning, I knew I was traveling. I would be traveling.
So it's pretty interesting, because for us, normally my friends and we hesitate to travel a bit.
Okay.
In my circle.
In Nepal, you mean?
In Nepal, yeah. Because I think even though there are so many beautiful places, I don't think some of our friends and families, they travel a lot, because we're so sucked in by the city life that it's hard for us to go to another part of the place, even though it's really beautiful. The problem is we kind of have this glamorous thought of, the world is the Western world. We don't see what is there in Nepal. And I went to Kopan Monastery a while back. And then I sat down with all these all these travelers, and then it was so interesting how everybody has this strong will of traveling, right? And then everybody is like, we can't waste our life, right? That's so new to me, because from where I come from, it's hard for us to go to another part of the place. And then they were like traveling. People were in my age traveling to Nepal from US, France, right? I think that individualism is so rich. I think that also kind of is interesting, because our society is based mostly on collectivism. So we stay together. We mostly, that comes from our history. But I think we can learn more from you guys and people who have this individualistic characters as well, going places as well to travel. And what were the things that really was your favorite things about culture, specifically in Nepal?
It's multiple. It's really multiple. Like you have the koti धेरै संस्कृतिहरू छन्, धेरै फरक मान्छेहरू छ. You go पश्चिममा जाने, पूर्वमा जाने त्यो मान्छेहरू फरक छैन हैन. So you have the people from Himalaya, the people from the valley, the people from the Tarai. I mean, you can change atmosphere so easily in Nepal. You can travel from planet to planet like this, you see, and I loved it, because like I told you, from me, all the Western world that you are speaking about, it's a huge part of the globe take the US, take all the Europe. For me, it's the same. Maybe I'm not right. I mean, I'm maybe going too far. There are still some differences. There was lots of differences before, but there is this kind of uniformization of the world, the Western world. So for me, when I will go to London or Berlin, I'm sorry, it's the same shop, the same bars, the same everything. And in Nepal, in 50 kilometers, you can change. Really, you change planet. You are with Taru people, and suddenly you are with Gurung people in the Himalaya. It's not the same atmosphere. I mean, it's always a good vibe, but it's not the same planet. So for me, this is the big richness of Nepal. That's why we should travel in Nepal. But I'm no one to say, to explain to Nepali people, you have to travel. This is not the point. I'm not teaching anything. I'm just exploring by myself. If it gives some inspiration to people to realize, okay, yeah, we have a great country and it's not that far. Bardia is not that far. Dharan is not that far. And it's two different planets. Then let's go, let's travel. And Nepal has this, there is one thing which is always the same in Nepal. You always welcome people super well. That's everywhere. Like you say, no, Atiti Dewa Bawa, you know. But that's true, except for plane tickets, which are expensive. For that, maybe you forgot at that moment. It's Buddha here, maybe. But for the rest, I mean, the welcome is great. There is this hunger of sharing something. And now that I speak a little bit Nepali, it's more easy also to travel and to dive into small village, speak with people. So yeah, many cultures, many different.
So what I've seen is like other vloggers as well, who tourists who come by, they also encounter some problems in Nepal, in relation to scams. So have you yourself had any experiences?
No, and I'm really, I'm sorry, I will speak frankly. I'm a little bit fed up of the people who make a vlog about scam.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys. It happens everywhere in the world. Even in Paris, Japanese people are scammed. Oh, guys, it's the world. It's like this, you know, and you really want to make 1 hour vlog to speak about something bad. There is so many good things to speak about. We are surrounded by bad things. You turn on the news, it's only bad news. And you take, I don't know how long you take to make your vlog, but you give to people 30 minutes to watch something bad. Or
Yeah, I was a bit disheartened by like some of the people who made the scam videos, because I think that's not the 100% story. And it's kind of, it's
Exactly.
yeah, because there are a lot of things to encounter as tourists, as people who travel, and then they make these scam videos, and it's a bit disheartening.
Yeah, I've been scammed in New York by a fake taxi. Okay. And I didn't make a vlog about this, you see. I mean, like, okay, I enjoyed New York after, and I thought, it's part of, you are not from here, you have to learn. And or this vlog about negotiation. I got this taxi for this. I'm a real traveler because I save 100 rupees. Yeah, but guys, you don't know anything about the taxi driver life, who has been to earthquake, who has been to COVID, who probably has a family to feed. You are saving 100 rupees? Wow, badaicha, guys. You have nothing else to speak about. I mean, like, dive into the country, try to understand the people. I think you will grab more interesting things. Well, after I understand I'm not traveling all the world for my vlogs. I live in Nepal. I know how to, I mean, like, now I love, you know, when I arrive at the airport, coming back, domestic airport, taxi driver, they see me, okay, they think, okay, kuire ayo, and they are like, I say, mo boda jane. They, okay, 1000. I say, like, okay, guy, kina 1000, 3000, kina 1000 matre. They are, why only 1000? And then they are confused, like I said, I know, tin se pasas like ça. And then, okay, learn how to make it a joke, learn how to just to live inside this. But you will never see me make a vlog about, this taxi driver asked me 1000, it's a scandal, or stuff like this, you see. So I don't care about the scams. Just be careful. get some information, try to understand the people also. I'm sorry, no one will bargain the taxi in Europe. There is a price and you shut. So, and here you arrive in Nepal and you want to save 100 rupees. Guys, seriously.
How like, because people perceive you as Kuire first man, त्यसपछि when they come up to you and they know that you can speak in Nepali, how surprised are they normally?
Yeah, pretty positive. You mean the taxi driver
or anyone in general?
Anyone, yeah. I think there is a good surprise for this. I told you I learned by respect, and I think people take it as this. You say like, oh, nice, you made an effort, and then we have a conversation. How long have you been in Nepal? And then we start to speak. So yeah, there is, of course, I think people are proud sometimes. Okay, it's cool, you speak Nepali. We are a small country. I say, no, you're not. So no, it's good. It's good. And
how is it perceived in France normally when you try to speak in French?
Yeah, that's the big difference. French people, they will be like, it's normal. Even if you make small mistake, they will be like, oh, it's not like this. That's not the proper way. So there is this, big difference. In Nepal, if you try, people will be, I think, they will be pleased.
Because I've seen like this in the movies and in social media as well. Like French people, like they kind of not take it well when you try to speak in French, and then they point out, and then
exactly, this is the point, Come on, guys, it's and French is a very difficult language.
Yeah.
Nepali also, the grammar Nepali.
It's pretty hard.
My God, I'm still confused. I think I have pretty much good vocabulary, but I do a lot of the dereg article shoot in grammar, and conjugation stuff like that. But it's coming. We'll try.
So I want to dig more into your YouTube journey, right?
Okay.
So I think you started in 2022, or
exactly.
2022.
Exactly.
So because I think it was perceived really well by the Nepalese audience how you portrayed us, right? So how has your YouTube journey been till now?
It's a very great experience. I mean, the three first video were not working. I mean, it's the beginning, and the fourth video was like very viral. It was about food, but I guess lots of videos have been done about food, but I try to do in a different way, like little bit showing different cultures, different ethnical food, and this one get viral, and from that moment, let's be honest, it's a little bit up down. It depends which video. But for me, it's great. I mean, like it gives me even more motivation to travel, to meet people. So it's a wonderful adventure.
So people who see you as like a really good YouTuber and how you portray stories, what are some advices that you would want to give to people who are starting out YouTube and trying to show the thing and then trying to tell a story in a video?
Do your own way. I mean, YouTube is full of copy. I do this video because this video worked in another channel. I mean, there are plenty of videos, they are the same. And with the same titles, what can I get for $5 in Kathmandu? Always the same. At beginning, like I told you, my three first video, like really maybe 300 views, 500 views. Then lots of people started to tell me, you should do like this, you should do like that. I said, no, I want to do my way. So, and then the fourth one, boom. My main advice, do your own way. Stop watching others. Like this one has worked, so I will do also like this. My channel will work. I mean, and you are not creating. But generally, I think it's the problem in the world. Like we are in a world of remix. There is no more composer. In music, in cinema, there is only sequel. Fast and Furious 52. We take music from the 90s and remix it, remix. YouTube is a little bit like this these days, from what I think. There are only remix, like Pyro Challenge, Best Momo, Create something your own way. Try to what what does it really interest you? I don't want to make a video that doesn't interest me. So my main advice, if I can give an advice, because my channel is not that big, but I always follow this. I don't want to betray myself. I want to do my own way. Sometimes it didn't work. Huh? I have some video who have pretty much bad scores, and it's not bad. It's okay. As soon as you did it from your heart, that will be.
Yeah, I also see, like, I think you take a pride in like making your videos because it's so well polished at the end. So how much time does it take to actually shoot a video, think about it, and publish it?
Thinking, I don't know. I'm always thinking. Shooting generally 2 days, 3 days. The classic format. I go, for example, Friday, come back Sunday, and then 2-3 days editing, because I take my time to check my footage, then properly edit, try to make a kind of a movie spirit by adding some music, finding the good moment when there should be edited sequence musical, and then raw sequence. Then I have a big work of subtitles, and then I got some help sometimes for this. I have to thank my big friend Sorav that you can see in the video. Sometimes he's always helping me a lot for that. And 1 week, one video, I guess.
So are you currently doing YouTube as a full-time job?
Pretty much. I have other stuff to do. I have my social work, taking care of the children home. I'm still writing also lots of things, but now, I mean, like, yeah, it's pretty much 80% of the time, but I cannot do a daily vlog. Lots of people ask me, like, why you don't post daily? It's been a long time. We waited a long time for the video. I truly understand, but it takes time to make this way. I'm not shooting with GoPro. You have good equipment here. You know what is to manage camera with focals, filters, whatever. Editing takes time if you want to do it properly.
GoPro doesn't give you that feel of like the cinematic.
Exactly.
And because like a lot of people would want to do YouTube as a full-time and travel as well, I think it's pretty interesting that we now can do it, because when I initially started, I started posting videos on in 2015.
Okay.
Back then, like, nobody was doing full-time YouTube. It was just like generally people post here and there. And now that we can see people who can earn as well, it's pretty interesting to me, and then it's kind of fulfilling, because now we can do what we love, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a big access to be free to do what you want to do. That's why I told you, do the way you want. You have this amazing possibility to do exactly 100% the way you want. I have worked in TV in France, so I was TV director for documentaries. Even you are the director, there will be the producer, there will be the chief of the channel. There is always someone who is telling you, not like this. Just, he is adding his touch. YouTube, you can do what you want. As soon as you respect the rules of the chart of YouTube. But it's amazing media, I have to say. So you can find pretty much everything on YouTube, good, bad. You make your own selection, but creating is possible. Not easy, but it's possible.
Could you highlight some moments in France that I think you told me that you were working there as well, because it was a big jump from there to here. So could you highlight some of your moments back then as well?
Highlights in France as in my life, in my work? Or?
Yeah, work. Because it's a pretty huge risk for somebody to be like, leave their job and then live across the country.
Definitely.
Completely. I think because for a lot of people it's not feasible as well.
Lots of people told me that. So the highlights, when I got my first big contract in TV, it was an achievement. good contract with 20 episodes to do, traveling the world. I mean, like, wow, crazy. The highlights in France, I don't know. In my work, my work was always abroad. So in France, I was coming for editing, stay with the family, and then go again. So Argentina this month, this week, US this week, and then Africa this week. So it was moving. So pretty much a dream life, I have to say. Yeah, definitely.
Did you ever like rethink about your risk? Because even if like we love something, sometimes the barrier is there of like, will I succeed? If I take this risk, should I go back? Was that ever a thought?
Never.
Or were you like settled? I'm gonna do this.
I mean, if you doubt, you don't do. Of course, there is always something on the back of your mind, like, but it's like 1%. So you have to trust yourself. After, there is different people in the world. There are different people in the world. There are people who they just go because they feel they have to. And maybe other people, they will think about too much about the risk, about the comfort they have. I'm living this, but what I will get there, I don't know. I'm in the first category. So yeah, I never doubt. But with Nepal, it's a love relationship. You know, it's like it's like in a marriage. You know, you have good days, bad days. You have hug, you have fights. So my relationship is Nepal. It's Mayako Sambanda. I know.
Yeah.
So in love, it's always, you know, but it's intense. Yeah. It's intense. So I've never regretted. Never.
So talking about any experience that you really loved, or any stories that you can share when you were here, when you traveled across the country that you really loved, like any experiences that you can share on the
in
podcast.
Nepal, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty all experiences were good, but I guess the day I was eating Musa in Bardia was a crazy day. That day I felt really like, okay, that's why I came. You know, I want to live this kind of day. You see, I want to be in Daran dancing in the Kirati Sakela. I want to be in Bardia with Taru people in the jungle, trying to see some jungly hati. I want the other day to be trying to reach the Tilicho Lake and being a little bit scared some moment when you know some stones are falling. There you are like, okay. But every time in Nepal, the good thing is that you are never bored. You always feel alive. And this is the feeling that I was searching in Nepal. I was searching to feel alive. So wherever I've been, I was like, okay, that's an experience. That's an adventure. And with Newa people also, like in the Zatra.
Yeah, Zatras.
Even hunting Jujudo in Bhaktapur is cool. I mean, like you enter in this small pasal and start to speak with the people. Every day I feel alive, and yeah, that's really cool feeling.
What have you tried specifically in Nepali food? What have you tried that you really loved?
Jibro and Chyang.
Yeah, because I think Chyang, I think it's a part of your channel as well now.
It became, yeah, man. This is true. I love Chyang. At beginning, I was confused, you know, when I arrived in Nepal. Like, yeah, next time. And the day I started, I was like, wait, okay, that's great. And actually, it was in, in Kirtipur, in Newalahana. I had this, I was with a friend who knew more than me. He said, okay, you should try the tong, the jibro. I was like, really? Bafko jibro and chamalko Chyang. Wow, difficult today. And I tried and I was like, oh my God, I love this country. You know, it's perfect. You add little chatamari, some mixed bara. Me, I'm king, I'm Raja. It's okay.
How different was Chyang from wine or any other alcohol that you previously drunk?
I mean, I still love wine,
Mhm.
but wine will be now for different occasion. It's very different, of course. It's we'll say the wine is my roots,
Mm-hmm.
the blood,
Yeah.
ragat geste. The Chyang is my new life, and there is some different one. Recently, I found a banana one, a Kerako Chyang.
Oh.
Yeah, Kerako Chyang in Tarai, in Chitwan.
Have you tried Thuan?
Oh, the Yangtong,
Yeah, it's Thuan is
the black one, no?
no, it's I think Chyang.
Yeah.
It's similar to Chyang.
Yeah, exactly.
But in Newari, yeah.
Yeah, but it's Chyang actually. I think you call that the Yangtong is the black one,
Yeah.
and there is the Ratoton or something like this, the red one. I've tried, yeah. It's more thick.
It's more thick, yeah. Newari people get drunk, yeah.
Yeah. Me
They-
too with them.
Yeah. Have you also tried the bue that we called?
Which one?
It's chura and it's masu, kosiko masu as well.
Kasikomasu with chura. Yeah.
Chura, and it's basically a Newari delicacy.
Yeah. I think I have tried this one. Yeah, of course. I think I tried most of the Newari food.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good.
So since you are in a lot of space, since you're in a lot of places that we are not, if somebody had to go on a date, what places would you recommend? Because I think you've traveled a lot that you could recommend.
You mean a date, like a travel date, like with your partner?
Yeah.
You want to go somewhere? Oh man, it's difficult. Maybe mountain will be difficult if one of them doesn't like to walk too much.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. I really like Tarai, actually. I think they are a very good place in Tarai to chill and to discover, but maybe it's not the perfect honeymoon or... Oh, man, I don't know.
Maybe some food they can try.
Musa.
Okay.
Okay, darling, I bring you in Bardia to eat Musa. It's a good start for the relationship. Yeah, at least you know who is the person. You know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
At least you know if it will match or not.
Yeah, the vibe.
If you can handle this, then you're the one.
So I also saw you like clubbing, and then I feel personally that we have a great nightlife in Nepal as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
how was your experience clubbing in Nepal?
Yeah, very good. It was a long time I was not going to club, but I knew that the nightlife in Kathmandu, the first time, nightlife in Kathmandu was really improving, years after year. And somewhere I wanted to show with this video that Nepal is multiple. We have probably lots of foreigners, they have this image of Nepal, which is the cultural one. But Nepal is really improving in terms of infrastructures, and there are people really involved and really serious, in what they do. And of course, the LOD is really massive.
Yeah.
And it's really impressive when one of my friends was there recently. He entered in LOD. Was really? There is this in Kathmandu? I thought there was only monasteries, So it's good. And my experience was great because of this. I was, even if I knew that it was improving, I didn't expect it was that level. It's really good, guys, really. I mean, LOD is 49th club in the world. I'm sure it will grow. And other clubs are great, like Omnia, Plan B, plenty of. So the experience was great.
Which was your personal favorite?
It's difficult to say. I mean, I have good relationship with everyone. But of course, LOD is massive. It's in terms of techniques, engineering, the lights. It's really impressive. Even in Europe, I'm not sure they are this level. In Paris, I'm pretty sure there is not this level. So and it's in Kathmandu. So yeah, the experience was great. I'm not so much a dancer. I don't like to dance so much, but shooting that, speaking with the people, and catching the ambience, the atmosphere was great. But I'm not so much a club person. Sorry, like I don't go every weekend. Little bit more since I did this video, but yeah, and then I did also a little bit in Pokhara recently, and same like the 16 and the catwalk. They are serious. Very.
How different is it from back home?
There is good vibe. I didn't see any problem. But it's related to the Nepal vibe, I think. I mean, I've never feel in danger in Nepal, or the atmosphere in Paris is more heavy. When you go out in the club, you're always prepared to have a fight or stuff like this. There is always a moment where there is a twist in the night. I mean, really often. So yeah, I like this. It's easy. It's good vibe, like simple.
Is it a bit safer in Nepal?
Definitely, it is safer. I mean, it's been years I'm living here. Never had any problem, even at 3 o'clock, drunk with other drunk people. I have noticed that even if there is a situation where it can be a little tension, a smile can appear very quickly in Nepal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I'm foreigner, I don't know. But very fast the situation can okay. Yeah, let it go.
So how has your because I think YouTube has helped you a lot in terms of traveling as well. Since your channel has gained traction, right? I think is it more easier for you to travel since you have like a public presence? Has that played a role?
Yeah, I think people recognize me a little bit more, and I get more help also. And yeah, of course. I mean, it was easy at the beginning also. I'm always welcome. But yeah, now there is a little bit this, oh, you're the guy. And then, okay, we want to show you this in the village. So yeah, but it's not huge fame or whatever. I'm not searching for this, but the welcome is always, I mean, the welcome is always good.
Because yeah, I think it's when I was watching your vlogs, it was pretty interesting, like how everything, like people were helping you, and then like I think people loved your videos as well. So like it's I think their way of giving something to you as well, because right. How you portrayed us, how you portrayed Nepal, I think it's the kind of giving back to you a bit. Yeah,
true. There is this guy in Daran during the Kirati festival. He gave me this little Rai gender, Rai flag, and he told me that. He said, "Thank you for what you do. You are portraying Nepal in a positive way." And yeah, that was the best feedback I could expect, you know, like, because I do it with my heart. I'm not traveling all the world. I'm not using Nepal to gain subscribers, you know. I'm not here for 3 weeks trying to grab maximum I can grab in Nepal and then I go to Thailand. I do it for Nepal because I love Nepal. Really, I live here. My channel is Nepali Tanguy Dai. It's not... and the only video I did abroad, it was about Nepali, like in Portugal or in Paris. So yeah, probably people, they are grateful some way for that. And me, it makes me happy, of course.
How was your experience trying to find Nepalese food in France?
It was great. Suddenly I saw the Paris differently. Yeah, there was another prism. You know, I know Paris by heart, even if it's not my real city, but I spend lots of time in Paris. Suddenly, there was a Nepali community, and I was entering in some places, and I was speaking Nepali with people, and said it was great. You see, even I found Dido. I was like, really, there is Dido in Paris. That's great.
Since we talk so much about Nepalese culture, how about you tell us some of the important culture that you have back home?
Like I told you, I think actually, me, I was born and my culture is from the west part of France, so the Brittany. So it's like in front of ocean. So our culture is like a Celtic culture, Sanskriti Faraksha, and like yeah, we have our own culture, our own dances. And I did a video in my village this summer, and I was trying to show the common things that we can have in between the cultures. So mainly it's regarding the pride we have for our food, the pride we have for our dances, the pride we can have for our language, stuff like that. But obviously, like I told you also, we are also victim of the uniformization of the world. So the culture will be really expressed only 1, 2, 3 days during the year, you know, when there is really important festival. So for me, this is the big difference. Like I feel like in Nepal, you will have almost not every day, but you will see ethnical dress almost every day. You will see lots of festivals there. So we have less and less and less and less compared to the time of our grandparents. At that time, it was more visible. You could see every day. So that's my main regret, because in Brittany, we have a strong culture, very strong, like regarding festivals, dance. And yeah, I hope it will not disappear completely. That's the main thing.
So when we see the movies and like cause there's a Netflix series called Emily in Paris, and then from what I have heard, it's very stereotypical Paris that we see. If you have any comments about that.
It's Paris is absolutely not like this. It's only cliches and layers of cliches. Paris is not nice. Paris is not safe. You will not hang out in Paris like this. And I mean, really, if Emily was really in Paris, oh my God, she will struggle, you know? Yeah, it's an image of Paris. You see, it's a big cliche, like the city of love and everything. But it's like you make a series in Kathmandu and people drive safely. There is no dust. I mean,
yeah, polar opposites.
It's not like this, you see. But yeah, there was this movie also. Maybe you have seen Amélie. It was very famous. Amélie Poulain. That's the same idea of imagining
finding your lover in Paris.
Yeah, perfect Paris where everyone is nice, everything is clean, there is no fight, everything is smooth. Now Paris is pretty much the opposite now, but people still think it's the city of love. Maybe really, really in the center of Paris you will find this, but it's fake. You see, it's restaurants and people who plays with this image that the tourists have. But it's not real. Sorry to disappoint you.
Because I also heard like it's known for its fashion. That's what I heard as well.
Yeah, it was probably. It's known for that, but it's really in the upper class. You see, for the fashion models, défilé. We call that. Yeah.
I feel it in my culture as well because it's starting to fade.
You think so?
Yeah, it's because I had a Newari creator who makes those vlogs as well, and I'm glad that there are also those kind of vloggers as well who he runs a podcast as well, and it's purely in Newari, since because our language it's slowly starting to disappear. But I think now Kathmandu has implemented that you need to learn Newari as a subject. So I think that's a good plus point. But because there's no implementation, or because there's no like how we glamorize the West, there's movies that show these showcase a lot of culture. I think it's lacking in the Newar culture in specific. That's how I feel. And that's why I think it's getting challenging. In specifics, like specifics of the specifics, how we as Kongsakars have different values, different cultures, and we only have about 800 to 1,000 Kongsakars in Nepal. So even in Nevari community specifically, there would be different culture in specific caste.
Okay.
From what I've known, and yeah, I think it's pretty interesting that you and a lot of people have this way of having, like, you have like a lens from seeing Nepal. Would you like to make a real documentary and then probably publish it, because you're so well versed in filmmaking?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, of course. Why not? Like we said before, YouTube is, you can do 100% what you want, but after a few time, yeah, if I can do something with more budget, something to travel further, I would be really interested to go Upper Dolpo, very far. So I have some dreams like this, of course. And but yeah, to answer what you were saying before, it's very interesting what you said, because I think this is the biggest challenge of Nepal. To modernization is there, whatever, it's coming and it's good. I mean, we need infrastructures, we need good roads. I hope one day we need good facilities, better things. But the biggest challenge for Nepal in now, it's to keep the cultures and to digest the modernization in the same time, which I think we didn't do properly in the Western world. We were overwhelmed by modernization, and that's the way we lost our festivals, cultures. Even in France, every district of France was different. Different. There was different cultures, different food. Now, so the biggest challenge is there for me: how we can keep this festival, this culture, this Newari language, this Zatra, this Sakela, everything, and in the same time enter in the world more modern. And that's the main thing I'm observing. I think till now it's pretty good. I mean, like there is a good balance between two, from what I think. But after 1, 2, 3 generation, how it's gonna look, I don't know. So it's always the biggest challenge.
Yeah, I think it gets tricky where like the children, the teenagers mostly watch movies, documentaries, right? So it's hard for them to digest what there is in our culture, right? And it some, like, slowly people are starting to go abroad a lot to a mass extent. So I think that plays a role as well, where we don't really want because even in our colleges or schools, it's to a point where if we speak in Nepali, it's kind of like, no, don't speak Nepali.
Oh, you have to speak English?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
त्यस्तो culture पनि छ भनौँ, where, like, from where I studied, right? कुनै स्कुलमा चाहिँ त्यस्तो गराउँछ कि तिमीले नेपाली मात्रै नबोल्नु, नेपाली बोल्नु मिल्दैन, only talk in English. So those kind of rules, modernization, as you said, I think त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ बिस्तारै everything is like slowing down. And yeah, I think people should like actually see what it is. Since you have been to a lot of places, right? I think you have a holistic view, and you already have went, and you already have since a lot of Nepalese people haven't, they probably might want to go and then like explore. And then when they go abroad, I think they get sucked into the mainstream world where it's all work.
Of course.
And you have so much loans, you go there, and I think you're stuck there, and you can't really come back because now you have this responsibility.
Of course. Yeah.
You can't take risk. I think that's the problem, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. But the Nepali identity is very strong. So even people who goes abroad, I've noticed that they form immediately a Nepali community.
That's
wherever they are. Like there is the Nepali restaurant. Okay, we have the dalbat. We are safe. It's a little bit like this, and they stay a little bit between them. But that's right. Once you go abroad, and that's the sadness of why you go abroad in Nepal. You go for money, right?
Yeah, mostly.
Me, in my life, I had the chance to travel for my work, but also for holidays. Okay, this time we go to Spain, this time we go there, and it's more easy. I feel this very sad that once you get the possibility to go abroad, like you say, you are stuck because unfortunately some people pay big amounts to go abroad, and this is very sad. Something has to be done for this. Something has to be done that you have the possibility to stay in Nepal and be involved in your own country, be proud of it, and have a good way of life. And something has to be done for this.
I think because like people see it in a surface, right? Because you have like a different view. Nepalese people have this view who are going abroad, right? They see it in a base level where only problems arise. Let's suppose you have to go to a government office, right? You see problems when you have to see the roads. There are problems, and the mountain region, we study about it, but it's mostly like, oh, it's already there. I'm living here, so it's already there. It's kind of like that sensation, right? And then you don't feel this urge to go because there's this already, it's already there. त्यो पहिलादेखि नै छ त्यहाँ, म त्यहाँ जान्दिनँ. I would go somewhere where I haven't हुन्छ नि त्यो फिल गरेको न ठाउँमा चाहिँ मलाई जान मन छ खालको हुन्छ चाहिँ लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ.
Yeah, sure.
That's I think it's number one problem. Yeah.
True.
But even in our like community, like our I did international baccalaureate, so we are so much fine-tuned to leave the country because let's say universities, we're taught to apply from the first year. So you already have this mindset that I'm going to go to this university, live there, and then most people don't want to even come back, to be honest.
That's the thing. Like, why you don't want to come back? Because that will be it will make so much sense to go abroad, learn, get some new skills, some new perspectives, some new habits, and discovering how other people can live, maybe improve yourself, and come back and together build a better country. So everything is strict if at the beginning you are already thinking, if I go abroad, I'm not coming back. I mean, like, it's very sad. It means really something is done in a very bad way, you know? I mean, when your people wants to go abroad and never come back, there is a problem in the country. I mean, like, that's why I say something has to be done. We have to think about this, how we give the possibility and the envy of people to stay here. Because it's a great country with lots of possibilities, hard workers. I mean, it's building everywhere, like, and still people, they want to go abroad. Some of people, that's the best case from what I think. You go abroad and you come back and you build something.
So I think it's mostly also because of some the community, because you're expected to do something when you go to abroad. I think that's that responsibility that now you're another country. Maybe you have to work or earn lots of money. That expectation eats you up, so that you even if you do something, you don't want to come back. I think that's more
like a family pressure. You mean
family pressure? Yeah. True, even the community. If somebody goes abroad and comes back, they're kind of looked down upon.
Yeah,
I think that's another problem.
There are many reasons. True. But I think it's my vision, but there is an image of the Bidesane. It's like it's Sapana Jester, you know. But at the end, are the people really happy? I don't know. There is a dream that everything would be perfect there. We earn more money, but in fact, expenses are really very high also. So but I understand why people go. Yeah. I understand.
I think it's because like it is what it should be versus what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and talking about content in specific, I've seen that you were so. You saw the camera and then right away you had that spark in your eyes. How much more would you like to tune your filmmaking skills?
You mean to improve?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're always improving. Equipment is expensive and everything. So
because I think that's the challenge, because we want to produce something, but the equipment and the budget takes up a large amount.
Equipment is always very expensive, but you can improve yourself even with the basic equipment. I mean, like we said at the beginning, it's not only about equipment. Of course, good equipment will bring a better picture, and you can always improve your image and stuff. But what you have to improve first, I think, is the way you write, the way you sync your video, the narration of your video, the editing, and you can always improve. Huh? Still, when I look back some of the videos, even 1 year ago, I'm like, should have done differently.
Those specific stuff. Yeah.
And it's good, this feeling. If 1 year after you look back at your work and you say, now I know what and in 1 year you will have improved. Yeah, you should always improve, searching.
So like you had a recent visit to Butwal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these people are from Butwal as well originally. Nice. So would you like to share your experience about Butwal?
I was very surprised by Butwal because, it's exactly the kind of city. It's on the map, but why to go? It's between, let's say, Chitwan and Pokhara. And this is exactly why I wanted to go also, because I had no idea what I will find there. And the vibe was very good. It's good. And I was surprised that, I will always advise to people, like if you pass by Chitwan to Pokhara, have a stop in Butwal, have a stop in Tansen. It's worth it. And that's the thing I want to do with the channel, to show some new place also. Not always. It's easy to show Pokhara. I've done recently again. But even, I don't know, one day Nepal Ganj or Bhojpur, to go there and just to feel the atmosphere. And Butwal has very great atmosphere and good street food.
You also had I think you also did a travel with Chef Santosh, and I think that video was pretty interesting. How was working with them? How was the process of working with them?
So with Chef Santosh and Nepal food. It was for the sweets. I always wanted to, just because it's not so famous, the dessert in Nepal. So I started in Bhaktapur, hunting a little bit, jujudo, stuff like that. And I knew that in Janakpur, the mithai are very famous. And you know what? Chef Santosh and Nepal food, they are so accessible. They are famous. I mean, Chef Santosh, he did this, it's MasterChef, yeah. And
how was the story? How did you guys come to like making a video together?
Yeah, first I wrote to Nepal Food because we are in contact for a few times. We did some stuff together before. And then I say, I'm going to Janakpur. He say, okay, then you should meet Chef Santosh. And I was like, really? It's possible? Yeah, of course you can go. I will come also. And you see, I like this way of, okay, it's simple. And I was like, when I will meet Chef Santosh, like, it's a personality, and he's super humble, he welcomed me in his new restaurant, the Mitila restaurant hotel, gave me a room, traveled with me in Janakpur, searching for the mithai. It was so smooth, so simple, and that's the way I like to keep, not to be too much formal, and then you see the real energy of the people, the real soul of the people. And I can say these two philo, they have very good soul, it's like always easy, and it was a great experience. I was like, surprised in a good way.
So how is Dasai and Tihar for you? Because I think that's the biggest festival that we have out in Nepal.
But Dashen, every time you say it's the biggest festival, but suddenly Kathmandu is completely empty. Everything is closed. It's almost difficult to find food.
Yeah.
And when my friend, they come, I say, this is the biggest festival in Nepal. And really? I say, we should go to village to really see the festival. But Dashen Kathmandu, it's like, which is cool. Once in a year, suddenly no traffic jam.
No traffic. Yeah, the roads are very good.
Suddenly it's cool. So Dashen generally, it's a silent moment. And Tia is always pretty fun. Yeah, there is a good energy. Everyone is coming back from the village. So I do the Tika also. I did Bai Tika with, Sohaz. I'm managing the children home with my family, of course. There are lots of Baini. And as I'm the Dai, I get the Bai Tika, which is always a good day. It's the day, one of the day. I really feel I'm part of the place, you see.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm part of here, you see, like the sister, they call me Dai, but as real Dai. And they make me the Baitika. It's very emotive moment for me.
So if you have friends over at your homeland, right? What would be the some foods and culture that you would like them to experience that you have experienced here?
In Nepal?
Yeah. What
my advice for food?
Not advice. What would you like them to experience that you have experienced here? What are the things that you would advise them to try about Nepal? People from France.
In any purpose, food, travel. Yeah. Okay. There is 3 layers, right, in Nepal. So Himal, Valley, and Tarai.
Yeah.
So first, if you want at least to understand Nepal, you have to see these 3 layers. And then so you have to go somewhere in mountain. You have to see the valley of Kathmandu. And then you have to travel the Tarai. 3 ambience. There are so many more. Okay, but someone who is there for 2-3 weeks, he has to see these 3 stuff. And then, of course, he has to try Newari food. He has to try the Sungur or Bungur Sekwa with Kodo Cheng. And then you are entering Nepal slowly. Dal Bhat you will get for sure. We will go in Tarai and we will eat gungi with Taru people. Then we will go to Daran, have the Sekwa. And then slowly you will start to understand that it's a big mix of so many different people that form one country, I want them to feel that would be my main target, to show them like, okay, you are going to pass from planet to planet, and when you will come back to France, you will realize your life is boring and your food is not that much good. That would be definitely my target.
So you have made a lot of friends, right? So what mindset would people have to come in Nepal? Like what do you what mindset should people come from, like abroad to Nepal to experience the real essence of Nepalese people?
Yeah, I think you have to be open. You have to be easy with nothing is going to happen as you plan. If you are too much strict, if you are too much, Nepal doesn't work like this. They can Nepali time. There is the roads. Anything can happen. But if you take it in a smooth way, if you are ready to take it as an experience, then I think you have the good mindset, the good profile. If you are thinking that day 1, day 2, we are going to do this, at 2:00 I will be there, then you're already wrong. So you should be flexible. And I have learned that because me, I'm very, organized and everything. I was making plannings. I try still, but I'm more flexible. I say, okay, well, maybe we reach 10, so let's write 12. And then the mindset should be like this: easy, guy, easy. Otherwise, you will get crazy in Nepal. That's the main thing.
Yeah. So talking about the history as well, what are the amazing facts that you've encountered, or what are the historical facts that you have encountered that really got your eyes?
History of Nepal, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a civil war pretty recently, right? And for a country who had a civil war recently, I think things happened pretty well. And recently there was some tension, I guess.
Yeah.
But
because you just told me that Tavele, you also read the Ramayana as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you could talk about like how, because you researched, maybe you researched as well as you took your time to learn a language, right? I think that is really really good in a sense that people will tag along really quick, and then if you know the history, maybe you could implement that, or the learnings could be implemented,
of course,
there, right?
Yeah.
So when you read the history, how did you feel, or how that translated in your travels?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, I think it's linked to the what we call in Nepal unity in diversity. This is the result of a big history, right? So we all know the story Prithvi Narayan Saha, but unity, it was made with war. The people of Kirtipur, they know very well that it was. But there is this unity today, and this is the fruit of the result of a long history. And from what I see, the impact that it has in my vision, and coming from another country, I feel that this unity is good balance, well balanced. It's safe, from what I think, and that's because we have promoted, we have saved the diversity. We didn't say to Newar people, you are not Newari, you are Nepali. We don't say to Rai people, you are not Rai, you are Nepali. We say you are Newar, you are Rai, you are Brahmin, you are Taru, but all together we form the Nepal. And this is in the national anthem, right? Where all together we form the Nepal. And I think it works, from what I think, and I think it's the exact good way to build a country when you have people from so many different origin. I mean, no one has the same skin color or the same shape of eyes in Nepal, but you all feel Nepali. So it means the unity has been built, and for me, this is the main thing we have to preserve in Nepal. In France, we did completely the opposite. We say to people, you are not anymore from this district, you are French. So we try to build forcefully the unity, and obviously it's not working. Especially we have lots of immigration and stuff like that, and it's messy. So yeah, after a few times in Nepal now, I can say I think the best way to build a unity is to respect the diversity. To say, yeah, you can have 2-3 identities, it's possible. Respect the flag. Let's be together, and that's why I'm always thinking like that there is such a potential to build a good country if some people were more interested in their own people.
So since like we're almost to the end of the podcast, right? So when you talk about like how has the travels and how you see the culture, right? How has that shaped your perspective in life mostly?
I'm sorry, can you say again?
So like how has your travels shaped your perspective in life for you specifically?
My travel in Nepal?
Yeah. How has that shaped you?
It made me what I wanted to be. I'm happy every day. I'm in joy. I'm like, I have still hunger of discovering. And I think it's stabilized me, Like now I feel I'm in my place, even if I'm a foreigner. I feel like I found, my little paradise, dusty paradise. And I love it. Even if it's dusty, even if it's messy, even if people drive like crazy, man, seriously, please slow down. Come on, guys. Yeah, guys. That's the main thing, guys. Be careful. There are our sisters, children in the small street. Don't drive too fast, guys. Please, slow down. But even there is some stuff like that, I feel in my place. And all this adventure made me myself, I guess.
And so what do you think the future holds? Are you for Nepal, like for you specifically? How do you think do you have specific goals to like maybe stay in Nepal, or what's your future plans?
That's a good question. I take it day by day till now, but I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of a positive vision of Nepal. And I want to continue this journey. Ananta sama. Oh, oni. साँच्चै के थियो एकदम खुसी लाग्यो नेपालमा मेरो देश छोडेको अहिले अनि म यहाँ बस्छु अहिले.
So thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, you have given a lot to this country, I think, in terms of visuals, in terms of YouTube filmmaking as well, right? I look up to you when I see the filmmaking aspect of your vlogs as well.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. And lastly, we have a package from HUBA.
Really?
If you go.
Thank you so much.
So when I called them up, they were like, "Oh, he loves HUBA, so
Yeah,
we would love to send package for him."
Thank you for that. Thank you, HUBA. Should I open now?
Yeah, sure. Please do.
Okay, cool, man. Seriously.
They always have good packaging.
Yeah, the packaging is crazy. And
yeah, okay.
It's
You
okay?
can continue.
Perfect, guys. Thank you.
Wait, we have one more package. You can wait. We have one.
Really? Perfect, guys. Thank you so much. Like Nepal ko janda. Thank you, guys.
So these are energy bars from Healthy Treats.
Healthy treats.
Yeah. So if you could eat them when you're traveling, right?
Exactly. Thank you so much. Plenty of it. I didn't know this brand. Healthy treats.
Healthy Treats. Yeah.
Healthy treats. Perfect for traveling in Nepal.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm ready for the next travel. Huh?
Thank you so much.
Thanks to you.